This is it, the decider, game 3 between Momo and PauL. We are on Faymonville Approach. This would have been the second to last map to be vetoed, so a switch up from PauL.a.D for the decider. Momo had faction selection, winning his game more decisively than PauL, and he has gone for US forces. PauL going for OKW once again. And this should be a good one after the epic match we had last game 2. Unfortunately, I did record this live, but the recording did not complete. As you may have known if you watching the broadcast live, there were a few technical difficulties and this one didn't end up getting recorded, so I'm going to re-record it. If you want to hear the original, it should be on the General's Gentleman YouTube channel shortly, as I was co-casting with them. Anyway, into the action there, we see Stern Pioneers winning that first engagement, but they did take a model loss, and the re-echelons didn't. You have to remember, re-echelons recently got that damage buff, so they are slightly more formidable. And now Momo, he got that kill and he's like, oh, that's good enough for me. Evacuate ship. I'll send my re-echelons to do some capping somewhere else where they're comparatively low combat value. Doesn't really matter too much. And now we're taking cover here at long range, behind light cover against these Volks at long range. Volks do have the superior weapon profile for long range engagements, but with that light cover, probably will outgun the Volks in no cover. Volks closing into close range now. 2 versus 1. Momo cannot hold on to this section, but he's not really trying to. He's trying to do some more capping in the south. You can see he's taking pretty good control of the map down there. He's already connected the fuel. PauL instead is going hard on the north. And we have seen quite a few changes to this area of the map after it's been recently renovated. And this garrison completely changed now. Got 3 windows, moved slightly in this direction. Used to be much more towards this side than back here. It's completely changed the dynamic, honestly. It looks like PauL going for some kind of aggressive play on what traditionally was South Spawn's fuel point. Not the case here. And the reason why is the South Spawn, you do want to capture that fuel is because it's generally harder to cut off. The cut-off's over here than this fuel point, because this fuel point's cut-off is over here. So yeah, it's just much easier, well, traditionally was much easier to hold on to, but here we go. That engagement there from Momo, sandwiched between 3 Volk squads, quickly evacuates. Similarly, PauL retreating with that low health Volk squad makes me think he's going to be going for a battle group up. I've seen him go with battle group every time so far, but the Luke's Rush has been quite popular in the most recent patch or two, so I don't know if you count hotfix as a patch, but there were quite a few changes, so you might as well.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory, boys.
Still Momo in a pretty good spot in terms of map control, as you can see here. The PauL going for fortifications and bringing up 2 MG34s, so that's really going to hamper Momo's progress, but MG34s just don't really do too much damage, so PauL's going to have to do some nice combined arms, get his Volks or Sterms to try and do the damage whilst the MG34s lay down the suppression. Otherwise they're going to be rather ineffective. See Momo going for a Lieutenant and an M20, so that should punish this heavy team weapon play extremely effectively. Whereas if PauL had gone for that mechanized, the Luke's wouldn't be too far away. He's about 15 fuel away from that, so would have been out quite shortly afterwards and being ready to counter the M20. As it is now, he's going to be quite vulnerable to that M20. Also does have enough munitions, also got those 3 Shrek cost reduction bulletins, but still hasn't got any Shreks.
A capture point is under attack.
Despite this being the exact same strategy Momo did in game 1. So perhaps PauL, well, he definitely should have got some Shreks for preempting this attack by Momo. And here it comes, M20 forcing away the first, well, pretty much everything here really. PauL playing it very safely, getting those quick retreats, also upgrading the squad here with the Shrek in the building, so should be able to stick around for a bit longer. M20 does decent damage, especially right in close range against buildings, but still buildings do have their heavy cover and both their received accuracy and reduced damage modifiers even at point blank range, so it will be safe in there for a while. And there we go, Shrek pops. First one connects with the M20. Momo's slightly late to react to that. There he goes. Takes one more, and now he's in trouble. Now he's got to get away. One more Shrek and he's going to go down. Momo pops smoke in the nick of time and playing it safe there. He probably could have gotten away without using smoke, but just playing it safe. Don't want to lose the M20, that would be disastrous. And just to try save a tiny bit of munitions on smoke. Looks like PauL is upgrading another squad. In fact, this squad here. Okay, in the base, another Shrek. Probably needs a Raketin as well, but I think he's gone for a fresh squad of Volks instead. I feel like this maybe is a mistake. Can be hard to kill an M20 with just Shreks alone, unless you get 3 of them, which you can kill it in one volley.
Heavy truck, ready for orders.
But unless you get that, yeah, I feel you're only going to keep the M20 at bay, you're not going to kill it. That being said, by having those Shreks, they do connect, they do get your Volks a lot of veterans here because they do so much damage and can translate into your squad's vetting up extremely quickly. And nice play here by PauL getting onto Momo's cutoff. Cutting off all these southern sectors. Also managing to cap this fuel here, but Momo's not having a bar of that. Speaking of bars, we've got the lieutenant with a bar moving to cap this sector.
A capture point is under attack.
Okay, that's the 3rd MG34 for PauL. This is a very heavy static team weapon kind of build, and as I was saying earlier, MG34 is big effective at slowing squads down, but doesn't do enough damage really, and very vulnerable to the mobile M20 flanking them and causing all sorts of issues. I feel like PauL should have gone for the Raketin to try and keep that M20 at bay. So M20 continues to cause so many retreats here from PauL. This is really not going too good for him. Struggling to hold on to map control. That being said, VP's pretty much dead even. Slight lead to Momo at this stage. Now we're seeing the quad, well not quite yet the quad, but M5 upgrading with the quad. And this thing's going to force even more retreats from PauL and really just highlight the fact that he should have gone for that Raketin. If he had that Raketin, he'd be having a lot more success against Momo's heavy investment into light vehicles. Oh, we heard incendiary rounds there. Trying to do some damage to the M20. Momo's quick track gets out of there. And even with the incendiary rounds, the MG34 really doesn't do too much damage.
P-47 spun up and ready for reconnaissance.
Enough to repel an M20 though, that's for sure.
Frag grenades now available for action.
So now PauL is investing in that Raketin. And as we can see, Momo's light vehicle forcing so many retreats and PauL's pretty much run off the map. Momo will be able to cap these sectors without any opposition. All of PauL's squads now coming out of his base. It's going to translate into a large amount of map control and large resource advantage.
running one of our capture points.
Or trying to stay at long range. Slightly larger target size on this.
Field
But
promotioners!
can still... Tricks can still miss at max range.
Capture point is being
Especially if
overrun.
it sprays some suppression on them, decreasing their accuracy, then it can be really hard to hit that thing. Momo bringing in the recon run, surveying the battlefield, seeing what PauL is fielding, try and counter what he's got. Probably going to spot that Raketin moving to the south, and in fact most of PauL's army is moving to the south. It looks like he wants to set up shop on his own fuel here. Try hold on to that. He's bringing down a fresh SOS, so I believe he's going to try tech up. But right on time is M16 trying to shut down this play. Here comes the Raketin though, trying to creep up. Momo quick to react though, getting out of its arc. Only taking one shot, and that is one benefit that the US forces with their M16 has over the Soviets. They can just pop the crew out and repair that up in a split second, where Soviets have to worry about getting some combat engineers to the near vicinity. Means much lower downtimes for that vehicle when it does receive damage. And also, I mean, this arrived so early. I believe it arrives at 3 command points, whereas Soviet Lena-Lisa arrives at 5. So, pretty big edge there, I feel, to the US forces. And yeah, what? He's trying to back away here. Raketin. No, Raketin shot misses there. It's the dirt. Momo extremely lucky that M16 didn't go down there. So as you can see here, Momo in such a demanding map control situation. PauL's really hurting right now. Doesn't hold on to anything. He brought all his troops over here trying to set up the Schwer, and he's lost all his map control everywhere else.
Standing by for orders.
Also, probably fatigue seeing in for these players. You have to remember how many matches, I mean, not how many matches, but how long PauL's matches have been. He's played some real grinding matches against both Momo and Burmy. That's surely going to be taking its toll on him. See Momo now going for the captain. Just that extra bit of anti-tank firepower in the form of the bazookas. Also bringing in a pack counter, which should be extremely effective against all of these MG34s. So many MG34s. The pack outs is going to have no shortage of targets.
Overrun.
Here in the center. There's not that much firepower here. There's only maybe 2 windows shooting up in that side of the building, so pretty slow engagement there, but PauL ultimately retreats. He doesn't want to take too many losses, so squad's getting quite low, but still on a high amount of men. Doesn't want to bleed too much manpower there for that quick retreat. One of those light vehicles like continuing to terrorize PauL, and here we go. We've got a MG34 Congo line from PauL. He's just sending them all out in a row. It's like an MG34 party here.
Enemy forces now has 300 points remaining. AT gun ready.
Now trying to pick away at those rifles in the garrison from long range. Not having much success. Here comes a grenade. Ooh. Pretty well dodged there by PauL. Oh, look at that. Captain drops a bazooka, but PauL's going to try to get it. The Lieutenant's racing for it, and he gets there in the nick of time. PauL, seeing that he's going to lose that race, just chooses to retreat. Oh, double Shreks there, connect with the M20. He's going to pop smoke and get away though, and that's what I was talking about. Double Shreks can keep these light vehicles at bay, but cannot kill them, and PauL just cannot kill these light vehicles. He needs to get two Shreks and a Raketin, or maybe 2 Raketin shots. Gotta get something going, try and take out these light vehicles from Momo.
We're losing a capture point.
Now PauL running straight to Momo's cutoff. Wants to stop Momo from getting double munitions. I can't blame him. Momo's got
Supply line just got cut
LMGs now rolling onto his riflemen, and they're so strong with those LMGs at long range. Ooh, incendiary grenade there forces that lieutenant out, but at the same time reinforcements arrive to Momo's cutoff, and he's making a push through the centre. His map control is pretty much absolute right now. PauL just holding on to his fuel.
The enemy is overrunning.
Trying to save up, maybe field himself a tank. He does have enough to start out the P4, but maybe thinking about going for... No. I'm going to save for the Panther, too far away. And actually his Shred is under siege right now. But Momo's brought up an M1 combined with the pack house, and this thing's going down fast. Stern Pioneer's arriving to repair it, but I don't think they'll get there in time. This thing's gone down so quickly, and the P4 is not even going to come out. Crushing blow there for PauL. He's lost it. Lost his Shred, lost all map control, and he's looking very grim. At this stage, maybe he has to just put down his mechanize and try to get out of Puma, which would be a pretty good counter against the M16 and the M20, but Momo's going to have armor of his own coming out shortly. Puma, with its low damage, just has a lot of trouble dealing with machines. In fact, no, Momo's going to go straight for the Calliope, and that's really going to cause PauL's tactical concentration of troops few issues. Especially all these team weapons. If he continues that MG34 Congo line action, they're going down fast. They're going to get blasted on. Oh no, here we go. Lots of troops retreating. Oh, bringing in the rockets. Oh, 2 squads down. Getting decrewed and a Shreked out Volt squad. So that's a pretty good opening barrage there. 10 kills from the Calliope in the 1 barrage.
Boys, you ready to roll out?
It was a bit sad that he didn't manage to kill that quad down here before, and he sort of really hampered his progress, continuously causing his squads to retreat. If he had managed to kill that thing, we might be seeing a different game right now, but unfortunately for PauL that is not the case. Brought himself another truck to try and take up again, but what will he do? It looks like he's going to try to put it down here perhaps, and in fact he is going for mechanized. 140 fuel on the bank. Probably a bit too late for Luke's, but as I was saying, Puma probably the best bet at the moment. Oh, there we go. Finally the M20 goes down. Raketin combining with the squad. Momo stuck around. He thought he was safe. Thought there was just only that 1 Shrek squad around, but Raketin creeps up and manages to get the kill there. Oh, at the same time, Momo's going to kill this MG34. He's going to steal it, in fact, right from under the nose of these Stern Pioneers. In fact, maybe not. Stern Pioneers shredding them on the negative cover road. Ooh, it's going to be close. I think PauL moved around a bit too much there. If he just shot at them, a few too many orders there, he definitely would have killed that. But no, that's going to be a free MG from Momo.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Oh, here comes another Calliope barrage. Looks like he's targeting the HQ again. PauL. Good noise though through the fog of war. Quite quick to dodge that, but here comes a retreating squad. This could be trouble. But it's not trouble. Rockets scatter the wrong way, and we'll live to fight another day. That being said, his battle group's taking quite a bit of damage, down to 2/3 health, so who knows? That could eventually get worn down by momo's Calliope. So here comes Puma from PauL. PauL's really got to make something happen with this Puma now. He's got to knock this out. Looks like Momo has not ticked yet. Maybe he's going to tick. In fact, there he goes. Right as I was saying that, he's ticking a major right now. Oh, look at that Shrek. Oh, the pack out's a shot in return. That really ripping into those Fox there. That squad's extremely lucky to escape. So we've got a Puma on the field now for PauL. He's probably going to make a beeline for this quad. This thing's caused him so many issues. Only got 16 kills, but the amount of retreats this thing has caused is just devastated PauL's map control situation. And as you can see that clearly reflected in the scoreboard. He's down to just 117 VPs. Momo's about to set up another triple cap, it looks like. So here comes the Puma running straight down the centre. Connects once. Here comes the Shrek squad around the side. And down it goes. Like it's going to take an AT grenade. And Momo's got his M1 in a pretty good position. Connects once with the Puma. Puma's trying to back away. Here comes the captain though from the side. Puma pops smoke. Trying to get as far away from the captain as possible. One bazooka connects. In comes the Calliope. Oh no. Whoa, and the Calliope gets the job done on the Puma. And looks like it also cleared the Raket in there. Another excellent barrage. 18 kills now. He's going at a pretty alarming rate. I don't think Momo's lost, apart from those light vehicles, I don't think he's lost any squads. No. A pretty good squad preservation so far from Momo. That being said, PauL did go with a rather impotent build. He just didn't have much squad wiping potential with all those MG34s. Good suppression platforms, but not so good at actually inflicting damage. Very hard to get squad wipes in those situations. But we have seen PauL fight back from dire circumstances many times this tournament, so you never know. He's built himself another Puma. Looks like that's going around the north. Probably making a beeline for that Calliope. He's had enough of that thing. Wants to get that thing killed. But that being said, the Calliope's so high on health. Even if he does get his Puma down here, it's going to take him a damn long time to kill it. Puma has a very low damage gun. With that 640 health. Calliope, it's going to take a while. Here we go. Next once, as you can see, that's about an 1/8 of its health there. Steady switches targets to the ambulance. Always taking some bazooka shots. Pop smoke, trying to get away. He's going around the north. This is best bet here. Oh, bazooka misses on the lieutenant. Oh, but the captain's got sprints. That's the benefits of being Vet 3. Sprinting up to the Puma. Nope, doesn't manage to connect. Puma's around the corner. You're going to activate sprint again. Yes, there he goes. No, PauL stopped the Puma briefly, and that's going to be it. He needs to keep that thing rolling, and didn't manage to do so. Down goes the Puma. PauL down to just 22 VPs. I don't see any way he can get back into this game. But overall, he's definitely showed his valor this tournament. Makes some truly excellent games.
We're losing a capture point.
I guess the strategy from Momo either just too strong, or PauL needed to bring something different to the table. Seems like his strategy was not really up to scratch against this one from Momo. just got to fight to the bitter end there, and that's going to be game. Momo takes the series and takes the tournament. Here's tPI2 Victor beating out tPI1's former champion, and taking all the prize money home. So congratulations to Paul and Momo. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to my prize pool contributors, Jackass for Life, Lumpy, and 1L Stretchy Neck. Very much appreciated. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do another one of these shortly. Catch you all later.